My name is Felix Blend and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let us keep the discussions moving as such to help this country gain its momentum in terms of moving to the right direction. And today the simple question that I pose unto you is, why is it that we are trading for bad reason in terms of our environment? Yes, it is because we are like a country that has launched an annihilation on our environment. We have launched a program to ensure that wildlife does not survive in this country. Why is it that we have a ministry and it has a ministry of tourism even with the CS, and still we see that people are able to encroach forests, and then we start crying that yes, people must be able to get out of forests? Why is it even today as we so speak, we know that our country has a department called Wildlife Service, which is so much endowed and is given enough security agents to ensure that there is nobody who enters into our forests without a permission. And as such, the simple question is, how come therefore that we have people in forests, and how come that today we are forced to evict people out of forests? I think there must be a problem in our country in such a way that it's all of us who have failed in terms of ensuring that we protect our fauna, we protect our flora. And even when you go to Murang'a today, they are saying that yes, Nairobians, you can have our water, but you must have to pay. You can enjoy our natural resource from Rang County, but you must pay. What message are they trying to send? They are sending a simple message that for them they have been able to conserve forests, they have been able to conserve their source of their waters, and as such they expect that whosoever that is unable to conserve the environment must therefore pay for the services they receive from such like a natural resource. And that's why even when as we are talking, as we speak, you realize that in everybody around the world, around the globe, they say they are now aware of what is called Mau Forest. Why is it that people know about Mau Forest? Is it for good reasons? No. It's because of the evictions that are ongoing. And why evictions? Is because some people slept on their job and therefore people encroach in this forest. And as such, you can see that the rivers around that area and the rivers indeed from this forest are almost but dying off. That's why when you speak of Mara River, it's almost at its extinction, because the velocity that it used to flow at or to flow with is no longer there. The residents explain and say this is not the Mara that we used to know. Same when you go to other areas that are even neglected by government, that are not being looked at in terms of ensuring that our forest cover is protected. For example, you go to Likuyani constituency in Kakamega County. No, we had a forest at Likuyani, but right now Likuyani has no forest because the foresters or the forest officers enticed people by telling them you can pay some small amount of money, then you are given land, you cultivate in the forest. And as such, we saw Likuyani forest coming to extinction, and for sure you don't have Likuyani forest as you so speak today. And that is why a terrain known as Kipsangui has been affected because of this fact. Therefore, we are slowly destroying our natural resources, we are slowly destroying the ecosystems for our wildlife. You also move to Mount Elgon. This is just but to mention a few. You go to Mount Elgon, you realize that forest like at a place called Kaberwa, and then to the extent of Trans-Nzoia, you go to a forest called known as Kiptogot. You realize that it is the forest officers who are busy getting some levies from the residents, telling them that you can have to pay 5,000, then you'll be given land for cultivation. You can pay 15,000, then you'll be given land for cultivation. For sure, if as such is happening, and you know Mount Elgon is a source of also of so many rivers or so many torrents. For instance, River Swam, which is an extension of River Takwa, is soon going to die or is soon going to dwindle. Why? Because of that Kiptogot forest, which is being destroyed as we so speak today. And that's why I said this holocaust on our forest cover is giving us a bad name. Because are we going to still remain a best destination for tourists in the world? No, we shall not. Shall we still witness tourists interested in going to Masai Mara? We shall not. Shall we still see tourists interested in going to visit places like Nairobi? We shall not, because they know that even the rhinos we used to have are coming to an end. You can imagine that just because of a transition from one ecosystem to another ecosystem, we are able to lose approximately 11 rhinos. And as such, how do we explain to the world that Kenya is a good country, that Kenya is focused in ensuring that its wildlife is well taken care of? I mean, we must own up that mistake, and Kenyans who are in these forests must also own up that it's out of their rapacity or greed that made them to enter into forests, and they must come out. And the forest officers must also own up that mistake, that it is out of also their failure that people encroach the forest. Wildlife, Kenya Wildlife Service must also acknowledge its failure to have not protected our forests. Instead, they saw people entering forests and engaging in human-animal conflict, and they never did anything. They must now wake up and do that which is right for this country to move in the right direction, to remain a best place for tourist destination. Thank you so much, Felix Mulunda. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can always keep talking. We look at matters of this country, then we help shape our country. Welcome and bye.